Today we're gonna paint the drawing here I did yesterday. It's about big city Hanoi in Vietnam. It's I was there in 2005, and so I was Zen monk at the time in Plum Village, and we were staying at a temple called Bode Temple, and we were on a tour with our teacher Thich Nhat Hanh, and so there were some kids like at the edge of the river, and they came up and spent some time with the monks and spent some time with me. We were watching a little bit the river. They were curious to see like a foreigner, a monk that is a foreigner. So there was like a sweet time, and I don't remember. It was like early, maybe the evening. Yeah, the evening. So I need to pick some kind of colors, maybe a little bit bluish, evening colors, and right now I'm on the just above the background layer, the base layer. Usually don't use this layer to paint. Do a layer on top. I have the drawing on the top, and it's on multiply, so whenever I paint like if it was normal, we wouldn't see the paint below or anything below the painting. So you put on multiply, and then you can paint below the drawing. So I'm gonna add some a little bit darker that. So we use a big airbrush to have the first coating to like kill the white. So we are relaxed with the canvas. We know that, you know, we have the base, and then we work towards something we feel happy with later. So I'm gonna try to work in gradually, not go with like a crazy brush right away or anything. Just give a general mood with a simple brush. There was a very nice temple. The abbess was a sister. I don't remember exactly, but I think she was helping women who had difficulties in life, or maybe people who had AIDS. I don't remember exactly which one. It's a while ago now, but and Hanoi was I think was in the beginning of the trip, so it was early January. It was not too hot, but very wet, very humid weather. so our clothes wouldn't dry, and our beds, the floor was tile flooring. It was like getting wet in the morning after the night, just of humidity. So I'm gonna put back some of this darker color on the surface of the river. I don't remember exactly the name of the river, maybe the Red River, or I don't remember. It was kind of seems polluted at the time. It was 2005, so I also hope in the same spirit that the environment is safer now for people living there. Brush is a bit small. It's gonna make too many traces. I was very happy with this drawing. I felt like it was a true, yeah, it had a true meaning. I did this drawing with pure heart, not to try to do YouTube or to be trendy or anything. I really tried to just look in myself something inspiring, and I remember that moment, so I started to draw that. I think for art there's many school of thoughts, many ways you can approach it, especially in the modern days with YouTube and so on, and the gaming industry, and many young people want to go into drawing for video games or do concept art or character design. But I think it's good if you try to have a deeper meaning to your desire to be an artist, something that is not like trying to something that will not be taken away by failure or success, some kind of art that helps you to grow as a human being. I think it's the more healthy approach. Doesn't stop you to work in video games or to sell your art and to be successful. But I think the inspiration and the creativity is more nourishing, fulfilling, and long-lasting if it goes deeper. So I'm on the layer on top. I'm trying, not sure if I'm gonna stick with this brush or what I'm trying now. I think the brush is a bit too sharp. It's in the distance, so I think I'm still gonna use a round brush, a little bit soft. See, that's why a round brush is really cool. It's all rounder is always good. There was some night lights in the city, but with the smog, the pollution, and the kind of humidity, visibility was not really great when we looked across the river. So I want to keep a little bit of that mood. There's still some buildings there. A bit darker there. Then we'll put some light in the bottom of the city where there is more animation and restaurant and businesses and street lights. But first going with the general setting. Mm. Maybe later, if I have some success with YouTube and we have enough, even a handful could be enough for me to try a stream so we can chat. And I need to learn about streaming and having the chat and all this jazz on the screen, So I'm not really interested for now in going all crazy with that. Just want to share my art and use the channel as a way to draw more and to see to understand myself about art and the direction I want to go towards. I've been working for the past 6 years, taking care of elderly people, and now it's stopped. So it's actually I was kind of tired of this job, even though I like taking care of the people. But yeah, I think it was the good time to stop doing that and to have a break and think again about life. So I feel like this YouTube channel is one way of looking into my life, of doing things I love, and start to share a little bit more, and to have experimentation, and see where it goes. I have other ideas, but YouTube is a nice tool to express oneself, and to sometimes, like, we put our dreams, our passions on the back burner, and we play the, I call it, survival game of society, but we don't have really the choice, kind of, sometimes. So we go with it, we work, and we push things to earn a living. But hopefully we have another time in our life where we can get back into our dreams, our meaningful wishes and projects. But meanwhile, I was working, managed to write a novel. So it's possible to work and have creativity. But for me, after 5-6 years, I finished my novel, but I was a little bit burned out, maybe. So it's also good sometimes to just be unemployed. It's an opportunity to do something different. So I'm about base color is okay. Let's see. I'm gonna try to stick with the background, the other side of the river. We're gonna have some light. See, too strong. This is too strong. Or maybe I lower the opacity. Yeah, but this much is okay. A little bit bigger brush. I have to force myself not to go into details. It's a habit, a bad habit. I learned by myself, so I think I took some bad habits, and when I started with color and painting, I kept the habit of going into details too quickly, which can happen for drawing too, and can lead to problems like you start to draw and go into detail with the head of a character and the arm, and then sometime later you look back and you realize the proportion of the body are completely off because you didn't take the time to build the body and the scale, everything, or the anatomy is wrong or something. And you're already very far into the drawing with many details, and it's hard to fix. So that's why it's always good to be to keep a distance in the beginning and to build properly the drawing. Or for the painting, I'm not such an expert, but I would say like stick to the overall aspects of the mood and the general harmony or balance of the colors before you go into details. Okay, gonna try to go into maybe clouds also. So clouds I could go on that layer, but it's good to have several layers. So the clouds, they are clouds, but they also come from the monster, so they are pretty polluted. Darker. This is the darker clouds. Here the round brush, soft brush is a little bit too soft, too smooth. So for now I use it, but I might try other brush also. There's some fire going on there. I have to take that into account. The cloud brush are pretty cool. Cloud brush, bigger. The canvas size is a A3, so it's the double of a A4, like printing paper, copy machine printing. So it's pretty big because when I scanned the drawing, I scanned it with the 300 dpi. Is the resolution, so I know because I already did before. I know it can be upscaled to the double and will still look good. And this way A3 is nicer if I want to print it for myself or for someone. So even if the quality is good enough, even bigger than A3 is okay for print. So let's continue. We have the brush here. So we are clouds. So I can keep the clouds in the background, or they can also invade a little bit in the front. I think I want to have them a little bit going in the front also. So this way you feel like the monster spitting fire, and cloud is like going into the city. We can go back to it later. So this one, okay, the light. So I'm gonna name it to remember. City light. Okay. It's like smoke. And this one is skyscraper. Okay. So the smoke is there. So the monster will be behind. So we add a new layer. Monster. And here we go. So for the monster, I'm gonna be using this one, bigger, much bigger for start, and I will use metallic color. Yeah, it's good. Industrial. So we are at the front of the skyscraper. No, we have to put it below the skyscrapers. Okay. But so if you look at the monster, you see that I didn't try to go like very like a cyberpunk realistic kind of. I just use basic lines and patterns of drawing, like metallic twisted pieces of metal, or intertwined pieces of metal, some metallic articulations, and some screws and like weird looking joint pieces of metal. So it's a little bit like in the Final Fantasy 7 remake, or basic Final Fantasy 7. In the slums you have a lot of junk, metallic junk and stuff. You can look it up on the internet, like when the characters are walking in the like kind of trails in the midst of the slums. There is all the textures of metal junk and trash, and so it doesn't have to be like clearly defined, you know. You just have to give the illusion that there is like a pile of metal and trash all jumbled together. So when you draw, you can either be like a very detailed artist to do everything, and it's like spend like 2 or 3 days to 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 basically reproduce reality, draw every window, every tile, everything, you know. But it's not my jam. I prefer to save time for other things, and have freedom to express myself, rather than reproduce things the way they are supposed to be in reality. So that's why you see in some of the art books I review, usually I prefer artists who have their own style. They don't necessarily have the most impressive technical result. Doesn't mean they cannot do it necessarily, but they choose to do something that make them feel joyful and happy when drawing, when painting. So it takes some time to discover what you like. But once you know like what how you like to express yourself, then you will offer something that is truly yours, and you will feel much more happy than if you try to outdo others. It's not the way to be a happy artist. Can be in the beginnings, and I don't know, first 10 years or so to learn. When you learn, it's good to have a little bit of competitiveness to try to progress. But it's not really nourishing. We try to have fun and according to what you want to do, if you want to tell stories or if you want to work in video games, what are your favorite video games or anime or animation from this studio or that studio. You can go in the direction that inspire you. A bit too much. Let's see. No, it's not that. So it's okay. Later on, we will rework the city to have it a little bit sharper for the buildings. The monster is almost a little bit funny. Scary and funny. There's an artist that is really cool, Scotty Young. I really like his style. I discovered him with the Magician of Oz. Then later on, I read other comics from him. I like his independent one shot, but he also worked with another guy, and I discovered that the other guy also does drawing, so I'm not so like clear about sometimes if it's him or if it's the other guy who's drawing, but both are really good, so it's all good. So let's see. I'm not like super efficient with Photoshop or other softwares. I don't use like selections and so forth. I just kind of use the software in a simple way. Then I make blue flames flames that are very hot. If you have some question or something, you can put a comment in the video, or other videos you can put question or comments, so we can start to have a little bit of communication. You can give me some feedback or something that you want to share, or suggestion of something you want me to try. I don't promise I would do it, but you know, if there is something you want me to draw or something you want me to, I don't think I'm a teacher, but I have some experience, so depending on your level I can share some stuff. So I can at least share my experience, and it can be fun. I kind of sorted my brushes like a week ago or so, and there are some really cool brushes I want to use, but I will see. For this piece I'm gonna just stick to something not too fancy, not too wild. Maybe after I will use a brush to blend a little bit the layers of heat of the flames. I don't like too much the way it looks now, but at the same time I'm not one to mess up the flame effect right away. I prefer to allow the mess to be a little bit messy for now, and know that I can adjust it, improve it, or change it later. It's also part of the perfectionism. Sometimes as soon as something doesn't look perfectly what we want it to look, we change right away. But I think just give it some time and see it's always possible to go back later. I'm gonna add a new layer to keep the flames here. They are with the monster, so let's see. White soft brush, small airbrush, okay, a little bit of not too much, and then orange, and the blue, kind of lighting, bringing light into the depth of the mouth of the monster. Okay, I want to add a little bit of smoke. I add a new layer. I'm gonna take a dark blue and make a cloud brush. Cloud, smoke cloud. Okay, and a little bit darker. Yes, this one's a little bit darker still. Here too, going on the side, then mixing with the sky's cloud. Hmm. Okay. Here I'm in the background, so it's not gonna be. Yeah, the monster is behind the layer of the skyscrapers. Here it's okay. So for the monster, I'm gonna go back to the layer of the monster, pick up this one and make a little bit darker, and make a small brush, J pen, so I want to add a little bit of a little bit darker. See, to give a little bit of volume and more details. So I just broadly follow the line art, and I don't think too much, you know, just throw some shading, make some areas pop a little bit, make it less like same everywhere. And it can also be used as a kind of drawing to reinforce some of the lines. Then it's like, even I don't know exactly what are the design of the structures, but as you draw, then you shade, you put some colors here and there, and then it appears naturally. So you get a feel for the volumes, and you just put some shade or to make some volumes pop out, like here. I did a 100-page comics about 7 years ago now, maybe. It was my first finished comic, and it was very interesting process to learn mainly the discipline of working and finishing something. I have not printed yet because I have it with a friend. We have it in his publishing company on the catalog, but it's digital for now because it's expensive to print. So I didn't print it yet. But it's kind of look a little bit like this kind of piece. This is kind of my style when I just draw naturally without thinking about a franchise or an artist that I try to learn from. If I just draw naturally to express myself, this is mostly like my style, like this. But depending on what I want to, like, I have my fantasy novel I'm working on. I wouldn't draw it this way. I would want to train myself to have some kind of a graphical result that I want to do for fantasy illustration or manga. But for now, I'm still writing the novel. Today I wrote not a lot, a few lines, but even a few lines is good because it's mean today I've written. And tonight maybe I will continue a little bit the chapter. The same for art or manga, illustration, or drawing to study to improve. As long as you find 20-30 minutes every day to do a little bit, it's already something. You feel better than if you didn't do anything. And depending on your life, you may not have the energy and time to do more. So you do the amount you can, if only 10 or 15 minutes, it's already something. Life is not always like perfect conditions. So we have to manage according to our situation. It's look not too bad for me, for my expectations. Here I want to put more, so we feel the weight of this monster on the city, and it will make him pop up. Out of the city, you say what, skyline, or here I reinforce a little bit the teeth, kind of. In Final Fantasy VII Remake, I like the slums were near Iris house. There is a cool, very big screen on the kind of slum center area, and the people go there to watch the propaganda of Midgar of Shinra. It has a cool design. I have the art books also of Final Fantasy VII Remake. I can show it sometime. We can look at it, see what I can come up with as commentaries. And there is the art book of Rebirth also is coming. It took a while, but it's a big book. I think it's Zack on the cover, so yeah, I will get it for sure. I'm a big Final Fantasy VII fan. I grew up, I played the game back then. I was 16, I think, when the game came out. And it was my first like proper RPG. So I'm part of this generation who got into RPGs thanks to Final Fantasy VII. The story was something very above what games used to be at that time, and graphics, cutscenes, and so on were really helping the storytelling. So it had a strong impact on me. It had ecology and spirituality and emotional impact and amazing music. I used to listen to the music to relax. I would leave the game on, and so the the game starts and you have the theme prelude that plays automatically with the credits of the people who did the game, and once it's finished it starts again. So I would do like relaxation listening to the music. Here we maybe a little bit darker. Even later I will add some more dark, because there is no light up there. It's just in the uh, top, so it's very dark. So we're gonna do a first layer that is already filling almost everything with this gray, and then later I will come back with a even darker gray, almost black, to bring some volumes out more, and make the top monster, pop a little bit. So I want to put details everywhere, otherwise it will make it flat again. So this area is like the closest to the viewer, so I want to keep it a little bit more open. So I prefer to leave it a little bit breathing, kind of, and later on I can come back to it if necessary. So here I paint the bottom. It's both right and wrong, because there is some light coming up, but with the mist and the clouds, I don't think it can really reach there. So the ambient light of the sky is also bringing a tiny bit of light, so I'll stick to like common sense with the shading at the bottom. Maybe not the right choice, but it's kind of makes sense for me, so I'm gonna stick to that. Okay. Okay, for the monster, there is still this arm there. You can also tell me in the comments, like, where you're from which country are you watching? I'm curious. And is my English okay? Okay, let's see. Okay, so we have the monster. Here we have, yeah, this weekend, we can call it Inner Fire. And this one is Inner Smoke. My mom used to smoke a lot of cigarettes. If ever you are smoking, don't take it too bad, but if you can stop to smoke, it's a good thing to do. You can replace smoking by meditation, walking, and other things. So we have here the smog. So I'm gonna try to make the skyscrapers. Now see, I did some other things on the skyscraper layer. I'm gonna use the same brush because I start to feel a bit comfortable with it, so might as well stick with it. So I'm gonna select something like this, a little bit lighter, and yeah, see some windows, or it's a bit small, maybe a little bit bigger to have not necessary to do like perfect, but just give some more clear visibility. want to check how it looks from. Yeah, I have to be a little bit careful, but we try. Can do. It's like a metallic roof of the lower city, like people who are poor live by the river. I can put some of these colors on the reflection later on. But for now, I just stick to one color, try to define a little bit more the buildings. Stick to one task at a time. And then come back. Okay, here. Okay, I feel it's okay. Now I'm gonna keep the color, but switch to soft brush, smaller brush, smaller, even smaller. Try to kind of blend the strong lines with a little bit of more soft edges. So we still see the buildings a little bit more, but we don't have the feeling that there is like a painting going on. It's still both defined, but a little bit blurry. Hopefully keeping a little bit of both where it needs to be. Even the roof down there there's a bit of we can add some river mist. I'm not completely satisfied with this, but it's not too bad. Okay. Almost time for dinner. Okay, take a break, and if you want to watch more, I will continue and finish with the characters. The river, first the river, here a little bit, characters, here the blades of grass and flowers, the tiles, flower tiles, finish the lamp. Then I will add some lighting from this area to the surroundings, add some more light into the eyes, and I think that will be hopefully good enough. So see you in the next one, and you can put comments or um, like requests or anything. And thanks for watching, and have a good time drawing and living.